This episode is such an accidental marketing podcast for health and fitness pros. I mean, seriously, maybe the universe is sending me a message, but I keep getting sent to dating sites. And then an article pops up with dating advice. Okay, for kicks, I read it. And I felt as if I could practically have changed the title, made it a post for marketing for health coaches. Alas, I did not. So, look, artificial intelligence may be what you're using to create a draft, but I hope plagiarism nor AI is running your business. The playing field is way too level if you do that. There's no you in it. So, here's to your first date and everyone thereafter with your new ideal clients. I'm Deborah Atkinson. You're listening to She Means Fitness Business, a division of Voice for Fitness that where we know you want to be an inspirational example to other midlife women. And in order to do that, you need a profitable health and fitness business. Problem is a lack of clients or a lack of revenue because you're not charging what you're worth. And I know how that feels. It makes you doubt yourself. Wonder if you can really do this because I've been in those shoes myself. That's why I now train internationally, fitness, health coaches all over. And I do it like this, 3 steps. First of all, we right away get you more clients so you can relax just a little bit, knowing you have a revenue coming in. Then we make sure we're getting a great deal of profit, not just revenue that you have to use right away. And the third is we make sure we keep and guard your freedom so you have time to do the things you want to do with the financial freedom that you create. So you can book a call, but in the meantime, I want you to get the Health Fitness Professionals Business Scorecard to decide where's your gap right now. So you can stop feeling like your dream's slipping away while other less qualified, less heart-centered professionals attract clients. And you instead can start growing your business by at least $5,000 more a month in the first 90 days. And that's a promise. All right, let's dive into this because this will be fun. We're going to talk really dating. All right. And you'll say, aren't you single? How is that happening? Well, here we go. I'm so much better at business. Here we go. Here's to your first date and everyone thereafter with your new ideal clients. And where does that start? Well, you got to woo them a little bit, right? So use personality, or in our terms, your brand personality. Why would you ever want to attract somebody by acting in a way that you aren't? Say you're introverted and you like movie nights, dinner for 2, and you go online to a dating site and you make it sound like you're the life of the party and you enjoy dancing in clubs to dancing in the living room. Likewise, don't get yourself all excited and enthusiastic. If you're basically calm and you're quiet and subdued in working with your clients, if you use words like girlfriend and people don't like it, do you change that? Or do you use what attracts people that you do like to work with? If you would stop using some term that actually fits your ideal customer because a stranger disliked it, you're like Julia Roberts' character in Runaway Bride, who doesn't know what kind of eggs she likes and she changes based on who she's with. So you decide, you get to decide, but make sure you do before you let your customers swing both ways. Number 2, start with flirting. That one's easy, right? Never forget that if you're in the face with, and you're skipping the education, or you're in a frenzy when talking, you alienate anyone already intimidated by overwhelming information or in a frenzy with life themselves. Just flirt. Share some science. Explain the science. Listen. Scientific studies are misinterpreted all the time. So go back to your grad school 101 course on interpreting types of science studies and know that this information is so very basic and so very needed. Many women don't realize the difference between a small study and a large one. They don't realize the difference between an 8-week and a 10-year study. They don't look at what's the difference between a split routine and a total body strength training routine, the sequence of exercises, or the amount of rest and the impact that has on their results. All of those are pieces from any scientific study that could be broken apart and that you can help people realize without even skewing to get them to believe what you believe or follow you for any other reason than, oh, you're helping me understand what's factual and what's myth. And that's super valuable. So that's flirting. It's just little things, one at a time. A flirty look takes seconds, and yet it has you looking again in a few minutes, right? Exactly. The third piece of dating advice to use for marketing is ask for advice. Did you ever hear this one? Like, if you were a woman, or I'm going to call you a girl, don't take it as condescending. Please, no messages into my customer support box. But for girls, supposedly one of the ways, I don't know when I got this or where, one of the ways to help build up confidence and make a guy more interested and feel more confident to date you or ask was to allow him to teach you something. And it's actually good for the relationship, and it's good for you to teach him something too. But just saying. So in this case, it's, for marketing for health and fitness pros, it's never been this easy. Like, this one is foolproof if you share something that matters to your audience. So what should you wear before a photo shoot? What should you call your next program? How would you describe your business? Which colors do you like best? What logo design is your favorite? Which book cover design do you like the best? Women love to give their opinions, and they will. And what they say may or may not be as important to you as the engagement that you get. So do be prepared for responses and then comment on those. You don't have to love everyone, but what you want to love is the engagement. Pay attention to what it is that they respond to. So I can go back to sometime during the pandemic. I think I was getting dressed for a wedding. And I was like, do I wear this one or that one or the other one? And I had 3 dresses on, and I came in and off, and I was probably the most engaged post that I had had for a very long time, if not ever, on my Instagram channel at the time. Later, I came back to that same idea. Now, you can't use it over and over again, or you will, wear it out. But I came back to it and I said, oh, hey, I'm doing a photo shoot. Which outfit do you love the most and why? So again, got lots of comments. And then with every comment, you ask a question. What do you like about it? What about this? Would you put these pants with that shirt? It's just, you're looking for another engagement, right? So their comment was engagement. Your comment back to them is engagement. And if you ask a question, you're almost begging for another one. And that just keeps on going. And that's the value and how you actually get it done. So asking for advice, you can do that via a simple Survey Monkey, which is free at a certain level. And you can also do it via Typeform, which is what we use, and I prefer it. But, we're to the point we pay an annual fee for that. But I use it for everything. We use it for evaluations. We use it for collecting input before consultations. I use it for collecting info before I meet with clients. Evaluations after all programs, surveys at the end of the year, surveys before we do something. So if you're going to use something, an investment into something you'll use over and over and over again is a smart investment. It's not just an expense, but you really have to know we can justify just about everything. So be careful with that. I use SurveyMonkey first too. So if you have a small pool of people answering, that still works. Okay. All right. That was great. I've gotten great response to ingredients for a new product, like which ingredients are most important to you? What kind of flavors do you like? Which dress to wear to an event and which tights to wear at a photo shoot? Those are my personal ones, but there's so many more things you could ask about. Last, ask some questions that they'll ask subconsciously afterward. Okay, so this is like if you were going on a date, how is somebody going to decide if they liked it, if they had a good time, if they want to take the next step and have another date? They're going to ask these questions, and so will our customers. Did I feel heard? Is there something that makes me curious to know more? Did I feel more energized when I was with this person? Did I feel relaxed? Did I laugh or smile? Do I feel a little bit more inspired or excited? Those are great questions to ask yourself, say before you go on a live, before you do a social media live, or before you do a consultation or a first session with a new client, maybe a last session with a client and you want them to renew. So really think about those things, but the time to do it is before you go on, because they're going to be asking themselves that before they commit to get their credit card out again, right? Or take the next step. So let me recap. Those 4 ways dating advice could be boosting your marketing for you. Number 1, use your personality or your brand personality. Number 2 is start with flirting. Remember, just a little bit of something. You're going to give them something, teach them something, show them something. Number 3 is ask for their advice. And number 4 is ask some questions that they are definitely going to ask themselves, whether it's subconsciously or consciously, after the call or the live ends. I hope that's been helpful. And I hope it's been just a little bit fun. There is one thing that I've learned over time, and that is there are lessons about how to grow your business that you can get by using information from across all industries, but also from your personal life and personal perspective. If you happen to have magazines sitting around your house, flip through them, read the lines on the cover. You may get some huge inspiration just from doing that. And when you feel like you're just at a dry point, you're not having any fun, maybe it's listening to podcasts for you that does it, or scrolling through YouTube channels for similar or like-minded channels that work with the same demographic as you do. These are great sources of inspiration. And even dating advice can be helpful, because isn't that, after all, what it is you're doing? So you'll find the show notes for this one at fitnessmarketingmastery.com/dating advice. And you'll also find the business scorecard there. You can download it. You'll be off and you'll be able to answer those questions in less than 2 minutes and know, or here I go. This is exactly where I should spend my time and energy right now, because it's going to get me the most, the furthest, and the fastest. All right, what are you waiting for? The world needs you right now more than ever.